There we go. There's the beep. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Vicente. I teach AP US History at Carter High School. And if you're watching this, it's because you are interested in taking AP US History and you want to learn a little bit something about it, maybe have some questions answered. And that's what I'm here for. Okay. I'm not going to be able to answer every question you might have, but if you have more questions after this, we're going to have a Q&A session, which I'll remind you about later at the end of this video. And also there is a link down below to a little bit longer video than this one, which will give you more information in terms of grading, in terms of homework, a little bit more detail. So you can check that out if you want. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about AP US History. As far as prerequisites, there's really no prerequisites for AP US History, but you should come in with the desire to go deeper into history. This is not a typical high school history class preparing you for college. This is an AP class. This is basically a college class. We're going to teach you how to think like a historian, how to write like a historian, how to examine documents like a historian, how to make thesis statements and provide evidence to support them like a historian does, and how to go beyond that information even deeper. And hopefully you'll come away with a little bit more of an understanding and an appreciation for history than just an idea of dates and people and events and places, because there's a lot more to history than that. There is cause and effect. There's continuity and change over time. There's comparison of events and ideas and concepts. And that's what we're trying to get to. So in terms of prerequisites, anybody can take AP US History. You don't have to have any prerequisites. If you took AP Euro or AP World, our tests and our essays are exactly the same. We use the same rubrics. We use the same ideas, the same terminology, I hope. And it should be relatively easy to make that move. If you've never taken an AP class before, it's still possible and doable. I've had plenty of students who this has been their first AP class and who have passed the test in May with no problem. So don't let that stop you. What you should keep in mind, though, is I expect you to come in with a want to learn, a desire to actually read and do work. I can't feed everything. I can't pour everything into your head that you're going to need to know for this. You're going to have to do a little bit of reading. You're going to have to do a little bit of writing, and we're going to work on that stuff. And if you want to know more about that, again, click on the link below and we'll give you all kinds of information on what homework actually looks like. Be prepared to write an essay a week. Be prepared to read a chapter a week. Be prepared to take a quiz every week and everything else that falls into place with that. There's a lot of discussion, a lot of lecture, okay? But there's a lot of information that we need to cover. And I need you to come in with that desire to learn, that desire to pass the test. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the benefits. Why take APUSH? Like I said, you're going to come away with a better understanding of American history. That's the primary goal that I would like you to have. Secondary, I'd like you to pass the AP test. And passing the AP test provides all kinds of benefits in itself. Primarily, number one, it saves you money. You pass the AP test with a 3, a 4, or a 5, and depending on the school you go to next, the college you go to next, they're going to give you, hopefully, college credit to some of the classes that will take the place of a U.S. history class, or maybe some other social studies class that you might be required to take as a general ed. Or if you're interested in political science or government or history or in any of those social sciences, this is a good class to kind of give you a head start into what you're going to be doing in college too. So it's not just for people who want to be historians or political scientists or anything like that, but it is a good jumping off place for that. If you want to learn how to be a better writer, good class to be in. Okay, so all those things will be benefits. Also, it gives you a GPA bump. So if you're into your grades, and who isn't, and your transcript wanting it to look nice, AP classes look nice on your transcript, especially those that you pass. But take it and you get that grade bump. What topics will we cover? It's a history class, so we cover time periods throughout the year, or throughout the existence of the United States, throughout the years, I should say. We start with 1491, and actually we start prior to 1491. We start with before Columbus got here. So 1491 is kind of a symbolic time period representing everything before the Europeans discovered America, right? And then we go as far forward as we can. Obviously, this past year, we didn't get very far because of COVID. But usually in a regular year, we get well into the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Okay, we talk about President Obama, and we do move into President Trump time period. Now, of course, a lot of that stuff isn't going to be on the test, but it is what's around us in the world today. So hopefully we can understand our own world today by looking and understanding history and the stuff that came before. Okay, so those are the topics, and we focus on certain skills. We focus on the skills, like I mentioned earlier, cause and effect. We work on comparison. We work on the idea of continuity and change over time. And also, we work on the ideas of contextualization. What is going on in the world or in the United States that makes certain things happen at the times they do? And that's what makes history interesting. And that's what makes a historian person who doesn't just memorize stuff, but puts together ideas almost like a detective or a criminologist or whatever, putting ideas together that's going to support what you think is the truth. Because in reality, there's an old saying that history is written by the victors, the people who win, the people who are trying to express themselves and why they're in power. And that's not always how history can be interpreted. And we will talk about that too. The AP exam is in May. It is 55 multiple choice questions. It is also some short answer questions. It is also 2 essays, an LEQ, which is a long essay question. And it's not really long in terms of long, but it's a long essay, a couple of pages. And then there's something called a DBQ, a document-based question, where we will look at documents and write an essay. It is difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. This class is not easy. It's one of the tougher AP tests to take, right up there with chemistry and even physics. We tend to think that history is easy. It isn't, but it is enjoyable. So hopefully, if you make that effort, you can see both sides of it. Okay. If you have any questions, I have a Google code down below. You can go on that, join the Google Classroom. There's a video on there. There will be information about the summer project, which may or may not be mandatory, but there will be something that will prepare you in order to succeed in the class. So be looking for that. And also next Wednesday at 10 a.m., and I'll go from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Now, you don't have to be there for the whole 2 hours, but I know there's a lot of you that might be interested in taking AP US History. And so therefore, I gave you a nice 2-hour window there to pop in whenever you can to come in and ask questions about what the class is like, what the grading is like, and everything else. So all that information is going to be in the section below this video. And finally, like I was saying earlier, there is a live Q&A session, okay? And also there's another video down there. That's what I was trying to tell you. I was trying to think there about what I forgot. But there's another video there that has a little bit more information. There has some graphics that might help you understand these things better. So hopefully you will check it out. The Q&A session, the video, the Google Classroom. And if you need to send me an email, my email will be down there too, and you can send that information out too. But hopefully I'll be seeing you in my class next year. Not exactly sure what that's going to look like in terms of social distancing and all this other interesting stuff that we're going through right now. But I look forward to seeing you guys in my class in one way or another. So feel free to come in, ask questions, and we'll see you there. Thank you for stopping by.